Okay, sorry about the shaky of the camera. I'm walking up the street. The street where I once lived. From 1974 to January 1993, I lived at this house. Technically, today is supposed to be the last day I come to the house. Is it though? Because apparently the disposal team can't make it today. So it'll be tomorrow. Anyway, turn around. We're on our way. So, not far to go. In the years since I lived here, the neighborhood's really grown up. A lot of new houses, still some old, but yeah, so much new development, so much change. But still, the house has remained constant. Again, it's been 30 years since I moved out. And again, I was there for 21 years. So, it's still going to be a bit traumatic for me. You'll probably already notice that I've edited this video. I just really spliced different shots together, but edited nonetheless. We're almost there. I want you to see my view, but again, I want to have some time to do things as well. Here we are. My house, 1974 to 1993. For my sister, 1974 to 2023. We're gonna go for a walk around the house in a few minutes. Not right now, but still. Top corner, my bedroom. Next bedroom, my sister's. Living room, over here. Train room, Avon room, and Bev's apartment. Anyway, like I said, in a little while, I'll go for a walk around the house, outside first, then inside. See you soon. Okay, so let's take a look around the yard. Okay, that's Kathy's. She was wearing that not that long ago. She's out here somewhere. There used to be a tree in the corner. It was blue. Tree there, tree there, tree there. Oops, sorry about that. Tree in the corner. Tree over there. Lots of bushes here. When we first moved in, this walkway was lined with rose bushes. Again, it's changed. I'm going to zoom out. Again, that's the train room, Avon room, and Bev's room. I think we're going to go the opposite order when we go through the house. This has lovely flowers. I've taken pictures of it throughout the years. There is some sort of other plant growing in there right now. The garden used to fit both sides under the windows. Over here, we used to grow rhubarb. And until the last few years, I've been afraid to walk down this way because there's so much, used to be so much bush, so much just stuff. But we did have to clear it out for hydro several years ago. And over in this corner over here of the house, this is where we would bury our hamsters. So rest in peace, babies. There were so many, but I don't remember all their names. There was Annie, Simon, Bullet. There were at least 2 or 3 others. I can't remember their names. But they were all buried there. The backyard, again, there was a tree right here, all the way up. Tracy climbed that tree and could not get back down. Tracy was one of my cats. And me and Mom stood out here with a sheet, encouraging him to jump. He jumped, he landed on my shoulder. Safer with Mommy, right? Another tree. Back there is a garden of bamboo. It spread from the previous yard there into ours, but I'm going to get back to the yard. We're still emptying out the shed. And yeah, the yard used to extend at least as far back as the next street. There's this house, that house. All of them used to be in our backyard. And we used to have a giant cherry tree over behind the yard next to us. This is what we would call Welly's tree. Welly was one of the best puppies. Okay, he was a big black dog. And his kitty, Gimli, used to sleep under it because he missed his brother. Back here used to be just lots of raspberry bushes. Lots of raspberry bushes, and again, another tree. So many trees that we've lost over the years. But still. And the white fence was not always there. Okay, you're going to be on camera, Kathy. That's the back of the house. Again, lots of leaves on the ground, so Kathy's clearing them up so that they can be disposed of properly. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway. Over here, in front of, or rather behind, the bamboo, used to sit the old Dodge. It basically rotted into the ground. Oh, but I have to point out, that was Patches' doghouse. Made primarily of signs that were put up on the yard for elections. I remember that. But yeah, the old Dodge would sit here, and then Dad got his new cars. They would always sit right here about the middle of the yard. Anywhere from here to out next to the garden there. But yeah, there was, again, a lot of trees missing that used to be here. So many things. Again, lots of car tracks. This is from the disposal guys. But again, we're using the driveway the way it was meant to be used. Once again. Neighbors' houses look different. I used to babysit for them. It's really sunny. So, yeah. The house, again, so special to us. Again, that's the living room, Kathy's room, my room. But yeah. Oh, what was that? That bird wanted to say hi. Anyway, so that's outside. So let's go inside as I get my camera so I can hold it better. So we're gonna go downstairs first. Pardon for the echo, because the house is pretty much empty. This is the fuzzy stairwell. This is my purse, because I have been in the house already. This is the main landing for downstairs, obviously. We have under the stairs storage. In this first room that we're going into, it's dark. This was Auntie Bev's room. Again, it needs to focus. Okay, so in here, she used to have her sofa over here, computer desk in the corner, television. She used to have this nice picture on the wall. It's all gone. But again, I want to imagine the house as it once was. And with it being empty, it's really the best way to do it. Over at the far end where there's the pink carpet, that was her bedroom. Where the thinner carpet is underneath, between the brown and the pink, this was covered with bookcases and 2 armoires that kept her clothing. Her bed, twin bed, was over here. She had multiple dressers over here. The only one I don't have is the one that was in the corner. The others are all at my house. But yeah, you could tell definitely what they would call 70s architecture. The house was built in the 1950s. There was a mirror here. But yeah. For most of my childhood, it was either Auntie Bev living down here or no one living down here. We did have another renter at one point. Her name was George. That's really all I remember about her. So again, this was Auntie Bev's room. So of course, going back out into the hallway, the landing, we had the bathroom. No need to go into detail there. Then a long, dark hallway. In this hallway, there was the deep freeze. A couple bookcases were here. This first room, this was predominantly on this right wall, Avon. A lot of Avon. There was an old dresser here for the longest time. Everything got moved around over the last few years. Again, we have over this side, there was a bookcase that went all the way to the ceiling. So many books, so many different genres. Another bookcase was here for the last few years. What I remember most about this room when I was growing up, once we reached a certain age, we moved what was our, I'm going to call it a rocking horse, but it wasn't really a rocker. It had springs attached to it and it just bounced. And we had that over in this corner for many years. Again, the closet was full of more Avon, but it also had, right up until the end, Mom's wedding dress, Aviv's bridesmaid dress from when she stood up for Mom. This last room, the last time this last room, again, sorry about the echo, looked like this was when we moved in. Again, 1974. This room we knew as the train room. There was a table built in, covered the entire floor space with very little room to maneuver around it. Again, everything was plugged in over here. That's what I want to remember this room for. Sorry about the dirt, and of course that happened when we were emptying things out just the other day. And oh, there's some dirt in the corner. I'm gonna have to pick that up as we head out of the room. In the closet, there used to be the home movies. There used to be my dad's trains. So many things. This, I remember being in my bedroom. I don't remember it being down here. So that's me. This closet used to have encyclopedias and other types of books. Again, so much stuff. I'll leave that door open. Oh, I forgot to turn off the light in there. Turn off the light here. Oh, a few more things that we have to pick up on the floor. Again, still a few more things we have to pick up here in the landing. This was the laundry room. And the light switch is way over here. Laundry room, the built-in vacuum. It was put in not long before I moved out. And then we have Annie Bev's kitchen, also known as the summer kitchen. When it got really hot upstairs, we would come down here, make dinner down here. This is the newest fridge. It was bought in 2008 or 9, I believe. We did use it a few times since she passed. Again, the refrigerator used to be over there. And there was a bookcase here full of her books and things, her cookbooks, her cooking equipment like her blender, things like that. But yeah. Then her back door, so she could come and go as she pleased if she wanted to go out that way. We're being nice and leaving some shovels just in case it snows for the new owners. Still heartbreaking. We'll go upstairs in just one moment. I'm just going to turn off these lights. Now, we'll probably be here a couple more hours today. Got my garbage I'm going to toss out here. This is the main landing and front door. So for the longest time, this was the only railing up here. This was the only railing down here. The other railings were both put in for Dad when he was having a hard time with the stairs. Then they put in the chair to bring him up and down. We're gonna start, that's my stuff I'm bringing home. We're gonna start in the living room. So again, for the longest time, there was a bookcase here. When I was a young one, we had our couch here. Ultimately, the couch moved over to this side. Television was always in the corner. The picture that's now above my couch used to hang right there over the fireplace forever. Again, looking out the front, the neighbor houses. I remember getting up in high school, thinking I only needed a few minutes sleep every day. Boy, was I wrong. And sitting here, staying warm, and watching on the TV shows about how to draw. Because that's what I wanted to do at that point. We're entering the dining room. For the longest time, there was the china cabinet here, a cabinet down below with a hutch on top. Kept Mom's good china. Over here is where we had the cats roost. We had the window open for the longest time, and they'd come and go as they pleased. And again, they would be fed up there initially. Again, over the years, that changed. We had a sideboard over here. Again, more stuff. Our great, big, grand dining room table. Again, long gone. It's only been since Monday, but long gone. Into the kitchen. That's my water. Again, kitchen has always been crammed. That is the stove that we had when we first moved in. We've had several refrigerators over the years. There used to be a table here that we would do a lot of our prepping, getting things ready for Christmas dinner, Halloween, whatever it is. Halloween, of course, would be carving our pumpkins. Hall closet. Again, the emptiest I've ever seen it. Kathy's stuff that she's bringing home. The bathroom. Kathy painted it yellow, including the ceiling. Why yellow? I don't know, but it works. Again, we got Dad in the last few years a walk-in tub that did wonders for him. That doll that's currently in the window was sitting here forever. Going into Dad's room. Mom and Dad used to have a king-size bed. It took up majority of that wall with their dresser, their side tables on both ends. Dresser here. A desk-like item here full of odd papers. Over in the corner here we had a filing cabinet that used to belong to the Columbian newspaper. Again, he had the best closet in the house. We would hide in there whenever we were playing hide and seek. That's Dad's room. Of course, we had the linen closet right here at the end of the hall. My room. Of course, it's empty. The store was open for many, many years. My bed has been on every wall in here. I've had it here, had it in the corner, had it going lengthwise, had it going lengthwise on this wall, had it going lengthwise on this wall, had it go sideways on this wall. Had both my bed and Kathy's bed in here multiple times. I remember vaguely the room when it was just green. We weren't experienced enough to paint it pink. Well, not well at least. So I ended up peeling all the paint. Again, my closet. My dresser was in this corner of the room. Again, until about less than a month ago. Oh no, actually that was last Saturday, a week ago. Again, I do not remember this light switch, so I'm gonna go with Kathy switched this one with the one that is now downstairs in the train room. That, like I said, I'm sure that was in my room. Now, the last room upstairs, Kathy's room. Again, for the most part, she turns 50 today. For the most part, she spent her entire life with a few months here and there, all in this room. Again, sometimes she shared the room with me. Sometimes when we were young, we would actually move our beds downstairs to Aunt Bev's room when she wasn't living there, and we'd sleep in there. You'll notice some hooks probably in the upper corner there. Kathy had strung fish line up there, and she had been holding her Star Wars ornaments, well, not ornaments, action figures up there forever. And she did keep those, I believe. I used to have these curtains in my room too. Of course, my room, yeah, that's different curtains now. But yeah, that was my house. That was where I've spent the majority of my life. Like I said, it's 1974 to 2023. We moved in March of 74. It is now end of November, November 25th, 2023. Again, Kathy's birthday. She's 50. She was 4 months old when she moved in here. She moved out in September. So yeah. Life has changed. The house has done its job. It raised a family. Technically, 2. I'm going to just tell a short story. I don't remember all of it. But it's about our animals. Our very first dog, Patches, was born in this house before we owned it. One of the first things I remember when we moved in was them laying down the carpet. There is hardwood under this floor. Why is it covered? Because Patches and his fellow puppies peed all over it. So it's badly stained. Then we got Timmy and Smokey, our cats, our first cats. Can't remember if that was before or after we moved here. I think it was before, but I'm not 100% sure. Patches was put down in 87. But before that, I can't remember exactly when we lost Smokey. Could have been 86. Could have been early 87. But what we did do in 1986, Expo 86, we got a little orange kitten. And we named her Expo. She lived here till almost 2006. After Expo, it was just Expo and Timmy for a little while, and then we got Prince. Prince was her pup. Then I got Tracy, my little white cat with the gray markings. My dad called him Gorbachev. And he would sit. Dad's chair would be over there. He would sit on the back of Dad's chair or right against Dad's neck. In 98, Tracy got sick. He moved back here. He had moved out with me. And by that time, we had another dog because Prince had passed. Not Wellington. And then Gimli passed. No, we had lost Expo and Tracy. In the other order, Tracy passed in 2003. Expo in 2005 or 2006. And then we got Gimli. Oh, the picture I have of Gimli hiding beside Abev's couch downstairs. And Wellington coming around the corner. They were the best buds. Best buds. You might notice I mentioned Wellington's tree. Gimli would lay under that because Wellington was his puppy, his dog. Gimli had to be the alpha for Elmira. That didn't work well. We lost Wellington suddenly. Gimli, when he passed, it was also just as sudden. This used to be National Geographic magazines. When one of the guys from the disposal team was clearing this shelf out, he took a few out and they started to just fall. Dominoes. But yeah, when Gimli passed, again, really suddenly, in 2016, I think it was, Kathy got Peaches. And this, until September, was the only home Peaches really knew. But yeah. So that's my home. The life I've known, again, it's been a constant for the entire, well, for most of the 52 years I've been alive. First house, I can't really remember. Because I was not even 2.5 when we moved in here. But yeah, it's going to be different. Change is good. Change is constant. I know there's a lot of empty space in the video of me staring at a wall. But to me, all those walls mean something. I mean, even this wall here. My grandmother's portrait from when she graduated from Royal Columbian Hospital and worked there was right there. Again, until September. Kathy says the yellow doll is staying in the window. I don't blame her. But yeah, that's the house. That's my history. Again, yeah, I've moved out, like I said earlier, January 93. 30 years. And closer to 31, I'm not doing that math. The particular shirt I'm wearing, thank you for being a friend. The house was my friend. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Through my house. Through what I see. I'm going to sign off with one last look at the living room. Till next time.